Have you noticed small but concerning changes in someone you love over the past year? Many people think that death in old age happens suddenly. But the truth is, the body often gives quiet warnings months, or even a year, before life reaches its final stage. The problem is, most people miss these signs because they seem minor at first. It's only later, looking back, that families realize the clues were there all along. But by then, it's often too late to prepare or make those final memories count. In this video, we'll discuss 5 key signs that often appear about a year before an elderly person passes away. Some of these might be things you've noticed, but brushed off as just aging. Others may seem small, but actually reflect the body's gradual decline. Recognizing these signs early gives you the chance to provide better care, cherish meaningful moments, and, most importantly, ensure your loved one's final stage of life is filled with comfort, dignity, and peace. Stay with us until the end, because understanding these 5 signs can help you prepare emotionally and practically for what's ahead. When you know what's happening, you won't be caught off guard. You'll be able to make the most of the time you have left with those you love. Let's get started with signs number 1, significant weight loss. One of the earliest and most telling signs that someone may be entering their final year is unintentional weight loss. At first, it might seem minor, a belt that needs tightening, clothes that feel looser, or a once strong appetite that starts to fade. Many families dismiss this as just part of getting older, but losing weight without trying is rarely a good sign. It often means the body is no longer absorbing nutrients properly. Muscle mass is shrinking, and important systems are slowing down. While some muscle loss is natural with age, rapid decline suggests something deeper. The body may be struggling to digest food or process protein, leading to muscle weakness. This loss of strength doesn't just make movement harder, it increases the risk of falls, weakens the immune system, and makes the person more likely to get infections. Another reason for weight loss in the final year is a change in appetite. Many elderly people simply don't feel hungry like they used to. Their sense of taste fades, food no longer seems enjoyable, and they might start skipping meals or eating much smaller portions. This isn't just a matter of preference, it's a natural change. The body, sensing that it's slowing down, no longer signals the brain to seek food as often. The result? Less energy, less strength, and a slow decline in overall health. Underlying medical conditions also play a role. Weight loss is a common symptom of chronic diseases like cancer, heart failure, or kidney disease. Illnesses that can develop long before more obvious symptoms appear. Even conditions like depression or memory loss can lead to eating less, causing a downward spiral where the body isn't getting enough fuel to sustain itself. Some families try to address this by encouraging their loved one to eat more, offering favorite foods, or adding protein drinks to meals. But if the weight keeps dropping despite these efforts, it's important to understand that the issue isn't just about diet. It's the body preparing for a bigger transition. At this stage, forcing large meals may not help. Instead, focusing on comfort, easy-to-eat foods, and hydration can make a bigger difference in maintaining quality of life. If you notice significant weight loss in an elderly loved one, especially if they're eating less, feeling weaker, or struggling to stay active, it's time to pay attention. This isn't just about physical appearance. It's about the body sending a message. Understanding that message now can help you prepare for the road ahead with clarity, kindness, and the ability to make every remaining moment count. Number 2. Extreme fatigue and weakness. One of the biggest changes in the year leading up to the end of life is deep, lasting tiredness that doesn't go away with rest. This isn't just feeling a little sleepy after a long day. It's an overwhelming exhaustion that makes even simple tasks feel impossible. Getting out of bed becomes difficult. Walking across the room takes effort. And daily activities like cooking, getting dressed, or even having a conversation start to feel too tiring. This isn't just normal aging. It's a sign that the body is saving its remaining energy. As organs start to slow down, the body begins to prioritize what's most essential. The heart doesn't pump as strongly, circulation weakens, and muscles don't get as much oxygen as they used to. This is why many elderly people in their final months feel weak, unsteady, and unable to keep up with their usual routines. Another key factor is a slowdown in metabolism. The body is built to produce and use energy, but as it prepares for its final stage, that energy is redirected. Instead of fueling movement, the body shifts toward preservation. This is why someone in decline may start sleeping more, needing longer naps during the day, and finding it harder to stay awake for long periods. Some may even experience sudden drops in energy, fine one moment, completely drained the next. But perhaps the hardest part of this process is the emotional toll. Many seniors who once took pride in their independence begin feeling frustrated or even embarrassed that they can't do what they used to. They may pull away from conversations, avoid social events, or stop doing hobbies, not because they don't care, but because they simply don't have the energy. This can lead to a cycle of isolation, where they stop trying altogether, which only speeds up the decline. For families, watching a loved one go from active and involved to tired and withdrawn can be heartbreaking. It's easy to assume they're just being lazy or that they need to push through it. But the truth is, forcing activity won't help. What matters most is understanding their limits, letting them rest when needed, and making their remaining days as comfortable as possible. If you notice a loved one experiencing deep, ongoing tiredness that doesn't go away with rest, take it as a sign that their body is going through a major change. This is the time to treasure conversations, create moments of peace, and support them without expecting too much. Because, in the end, what matters most isn't how much they can do. It's that they feel loved, understood, and at peace. Number 3, and it most important for you, increased confusion or emotional withdrawal. As someone nears the end of life, changes in thinking, communication, and interaction often become apparent. You might notice that a once sharp individual now forgets things more often, struggles to follow conversations, or seems disoriented in familiar settings. They may repeat themselves, forget names, or lose track of time, even if they've never had memory issues before. These cognitive changes aren't just normal forgetfulness. The brain, like other organs, requires oxygen and nutrients to function. As blood flow slows and oxygen levels drop, brain function weakens. This can lead to confusion, difficulty making decisions, or trouble recognizing familiar people or places. Emotional withdrawal is another common sign. Many seniors lose interest in socializing, talking less, or spending long periods in silence. It's not that they don't care, it's that their brain no longer processes emotions and interactions the same way. Conversations become draining, and loud environments feel overwhelming, causing them to retreat into their own world. Mood and behavior changes may also occur. Some become irritable, anxious, or easily frustrated, while others seem unusually calm or detached. These shifts aren't personality changes, but rather the brain adjusting as the body declines. For families, this stage can be particularly painful. Watching a loved one lose touch with reality or withdraw emotionally can feel like losing them before they're gone. But it's important to remember that this isn't something they can control. Instead of trying to bring them back into conversations, meet them where they are. Speak gently, offer comfort, and understand that even if they don't respond, they can still feel your presence. 4. Loss of interest in life. One of the most overlooked but significant signs in the final year of life is a gradual loss of interest in daily activities, relationships, and even personal well-being. This change is often mistaken for simple aging or mild depression, but in reality, it signals the body's natural transition toward the end of life. A person who once loved gardening, reading, or watching their favorite TV shows may suddenly stop engaging in these activities. Hobbies that once brought joy now feel meaningless, and even gentle encouragement fails to spark interest. This isn't a conscious choice. It's the brain and body conserving energy for essential functions. Another key aspect of this sign is social withdrawal. Someone nearing the end of life may avoid conversations, decline visits from friends, or prefer long periods of solitude. This happens because interacting with others requires mental and emotional effort, which can become overwhelming as the body slows down. Memory issues and cognitive decline may also contribute, making social interactions confusing or frustrating. Additionally, a noticeable decline in personal care is common. The person may stop changing clothes, brushing their hair, or maintaining hygiene. Daily routines that once seemed effortless now feel unnecessary. This shift isn't about laziness. It's the body's way of prioritizing comfort over routine habits. For families, this stage can be particularly difficult to witness. The instinct is to encourage engagement, push for social interaction, or try to reignite interest in activities. However, instead of pressuring them, it's more helpful to meet them where they are. Offer companionship without expectations. Sit with them, share comforting memories, and create a peaceful environment where they feel at ease. Loss of interest in life is a deeply emotional yet natural part of the final stage. Recognizing this change allows you to provide support in a way that respects their needs, ensuring they feel loved and valued in their remaining time. Number 5. Changes in breathing and circulation. One of the clearest signs that the body is nearing its final stage is a shift in breathing patterns and circulation. You might notice your loved one breathing more slowly, shallowly, or irregularly. Some experience Cheney-Stokes respiration, where deep breaths alternate with long pauses. Circulation also weakens, causing cold hands and feet, pale or bluish skin, and a mottled appearance. The heart pumps less strongly, prioritizing vital organs over extremities. Shortness of breath, even with small movements, is another common sign. For families, these changes can be unsettling, but they're often the body's way of slowing down. Focus on keeping your loved one comfortable, using a humidifier, offering small sips of water, or propping them up to ease breathing. As we wrap up, take a moment to reflect on what we've discussed. Noticeable weight loss, overwhelming fatigue, memory changes, frequent infections, and shifts in breathing and circulation. These signs often appear in the year before an elderly person's passing. While they may not all happen at once, they signal that the body is preparing for its final stage. For families, these changes can be hard to accept. It's natural to want to fight against them, but sometimes the best thing we can do is listen to what the body is telling us. Instead of trying to stop the inevitable, focus on making your loved one's remaining time as peaceful, comfortable, and meaningful as possible. Understanding these signs isn't about fearing death. It's about being prepared. When you recognize these changes early, you can provide better care, make important decisions, and ensure your loved one's final months are filled with love and dignity. If you're noticing these signs in someone close to you, remember you're not alone. Many families have walked this path, and while it's never easy, knowing what to expect can help you find strength, patience, and peace. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content to inform and inspire you. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below, sharing what you learned and how you plan to use it. Your thoughts matter to us, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.